Welcome, one and all, to another edition of SoulSym Sideshow. As usual, I am your host, SoulSym Mirak, and with us on this special sideshow, we have once again Zevril. Lord of the Dead. Um, well, I think you may be muted, but in case you aren't, um, we when we last left Zevril, um, he was in uh, Theortechnis Square, um, having just encountered fracture for the first time, um, and in the process received the aid of Latham, uh, the ancestral bone wizard that he was introduced to in his last sideshow. Um, there was a lot to unpack with everything that transpired with Virtuos and his brother Pandemonium. Um, and Virtuos has gone about his own business, um, trying to. Oh, I'm sorry, no. Yeah, Virtuos had a bit of a soul search, uh, at which point um, Zevil was made aware of Virtuos' whereabouts, um, reconnected with him, gave him a little bit of fuss, and now everyone is returning to the dog in order to slumber, catch some sleep, some Z's, and recuperate from the ordeal that was just experienced at the hands of Fracture. Um, and in uh, a fashion that Zero has not been able to benefit from for the last week in game due to his death uh, at the hands of at the hands of Wandox in the battle with Rentugar. Um, Zevil, for the first time in 7 days, is able to return to his pocket dimension inside the mouth of Matthew, the skull that he has carried on his waist for the last several years. Um, so we will begin um, with Sith. I'm sorry, with Zevil in his room. Um, what are you doing? What are you getting ready to do? And just set the table, set the scene for us.
Yeah, I was just waiting patiently. Oh, you were you were super muted then. Yeah, hi. Hey everybody. Zevril here. Um is this the night that I would be getting
Yeah,
my people back? Or is the night okay.
yeah.
And if this is the night that I would be getting my people back, then I would be going to bed same as usual. I'm Zevril's almost addicted to the peaceful sleep. He's just like he's established a perfect bedtime routine. Like he knows exactly when he should be going to bed to fall asleep and optimize the most REM sleep. Wake up in the morning and feeling refreshed. Like he is in these last 7 days, he has perfected sleep. Like, and he's enjoying it. So he would be in bed by like fucking 9:45 on the dot, snuggled up to his pillow, fucking what are they called? Like the eye patch things, the light blockers over his eyes, silk robes and everything, snuggled up into his sheets, knocked out within like 2 minutes. Heavy REM sleep. Uh, it would more than likely be while he is completely and utterly unconscious that the skeleton head reforms next to him on his bedside table, where he would normally reform if he was asleep.
Okay. Um, as the skull begins to reform, um, you're nearing your REM sleep, um, or actually, you've been in your REM sleep for a few minutes. When a extremely familiar voice begins to annoyingly call out to you. And it is uh, made apparent to you after the second or third call that it's Matthew.
Zevril! Zevril! I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming. He's not there. He can't hurt you. Go back to sleep. I don't like to make a con check to stay asleep.
Yes, go for it.
I'd like to make a con check to ignore him and stay asleep.
We'll make that a DC 35.
That is a
Oh,
no, that's
DC.
a
Sorry.
26.
Sorry. Okay, so hold on. We'll make it a DC. Make it a DC 30.
I wouldn't have been able to get that without a nat 20. Hold on, let's roll with advantage just to see what happens. Roll the same thing again. Oh, so much for
And then
luck.
26 is. Oh no, 26 is 18. So yeah, no, DC 25.
26 is a 14.
26
Or
is 14.
26 is a 16, sorry. As I said, I would have needed a 20 to get 30.
Yeah, 16 divided by 2 is a mod of 8. So yeah, DC 25 to see if you resist it.
Okay. Well, then I got a 26.
Okay. So the first time.
Peacefully in my REM sleep.
Mm-hmm. See, I told you not to wake him the fuck up. He's getting.
But he should miss me!
Who says he doesn't? Just let the man sleep.
We got work to do!
We can work at any time. You know, dilation and everything. It's like.
But the longer we wait, the more he's gonna like you.
It's 5 months. Every 8 hours he spends in my domain. He's got like a week or two with you. So calm the fuck down. Either way, he's spending a lot of time with you. Give him his
It's actually
hours.
5 years. It's actually 5 years.
He's trying to make. Shh. I'm trying to make him feel better.
I don't. Who are you talking to?
Don't worry about it. Let him sleep. You can talk to us in the morning. Okay? Here, I made a treat for you.
What's it taste like?
Try it and find out.
Damn it! Fucking. Where is the treat?
The treat is well. If you have roll 20 open, you can see there's a black. Oh, you said the treat. The treat is um, it's right next to the the tree in the pocket dimension, uh, right next to the door. Right.
The skull would sprout its usual legs and arms and hobble over to the tree, almost like a little gremlin, and eat it happily. Yeah, my brother got me a treat. Holy shit! Is it Christmas?
No. And then a hand inside the pocket dimension will reach out and grab Matthew and pull it inside of the tree. And slowly the skull will turn from its normal gray to a pastel purple.
Wait! This isn't what we agreed to. Fuck!
There. Now, boss man can get some fucking sleep. And fast forward. It's sunrise. See what I did?
Matthew is pouting and not looking at you.
Okay. Well, if you're gonna be like that, I guess we'll just have to take this time to rebuild our brotherly bond. So, fast forward, and you know when the boss man wakes up, he can talk to us then. 9 p.m. Oh, not 9 p.m. 9 a.m. Um, your alarms have gone off. Indy has tried to wake you, um, and uh, you're getting that I'm awake, but I don't want to get up out of bed just yet sensation.
I would actually like to take a split second to talk about what I dreamed about.
Sure.
Um, because Zevril has perfected sleep over this last week, I would like to say he is fairly good at lucid dreaming. And I would like to say this was the time that he had the dream where he had met Watham and well, he didn't know it was Watham, but well, actually, yes, he did. Where he met Watham, the last slideshow, basically. Um, so because he's very good at lucid dreaming, he remembers everything that happened in the dream. So he would wake up and um, see the skull and know that Watham said, the moment you wake up, you should get in contact with your inner system, meditate on it. So that's actually the first thing he would do. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you should go watch the previous sideshow featuring Zevril.
During your meditation, um, you are uh, you are met by um, a little bone butler, um, similar to Thaddeus, um, in attire. Um, and you are, I'm sorry, the individual says, "Greetings, Master Zevril. I do believe this is your first time uh, looking inward, is it not?"
Looking inward this deeply, like I'm usually a fan of self-reflection, but this is definitely on a new scale.
This place is your divine reliquary. There's training that is necessary for you to begin on your path to uh, Mistress Inye's destination for you.
And Zevra would slowly nod and go, "Interesting. So my system's already this much in tune with me." He would smile. Huh.
I am sure you have questions. I am here to answer anything that you may inquire about. Ask away.
No, no. I was just gonna say, oh, this is worth thanking Mojo for. I wouldn't have got these without him infecting the bard. Like Muse. This is interesting. This is surprising. What is this training you speak of?
It is a, I guess the most direct way to say it is the path to godhood, sir. We have picked up on traces of divine lineage, or, I'm sorry, divine potential within your blood. And we, as the Congress, have decided that should you desire, we will accelerate your advancement. We have already begun drafting plans and suggestions for how you are able to achieve your goals, though a lot of the groundwork has already been done for you with your Durin Industries.
Yeah, I quite literally just had a dream and found out about my own divinity. And honestly, the moment I woke up while I was down here, I started thinking about things I could do. And I think the moment I get out of here, I'm going to update the terms and conditions of my service and sign everybody that uses my service up for a free afterlife insurance plan. They're just going to see at the bottom of every one of their bills afterlife insurance and $0 and 0 cents. However, it contracts in the word of the soul binds them down here in my domain, which I would make it so anybody that dies using my service goes to like a little necropolis. I don't know. It's something I'm working on. He kind of like shrugs and scratches the back of his head bashfully, considering this is I think only the second time he's actually shared the plans of something he's thinking about doing with somebody.
Very good, sir. Keeping your worshippers so close to you is quite intelligent. May I suggest that you publicly publicly announce this program and initiative so that others are clearly aware of their intention of their soul's intentions beyond life, should they choose to agree.
I mean, I can make it optional. I can ask people if they want to sign up for afterlife insurance. Yeah, I feel like it'd be better not to trick people into it.
We only make the suggestion as to assist them to assist in the avoidance of unnecessary conflict and ensure that your godhood is quite readily attained.
Of course, and only, I mean, of course, as the one of the new gods of death, only souls that I deem worthy will be allowed into my afterworld. The other ones I'll be sending down to a combat arena, where they just fight for the rest of eternity for the entertainment of the souls that have been deemed worthy.
Ah, so you're implementing the one prison.
For now, until scale becomes an issue.
Understandable. Uh, Um, Now, I do understand that you are meditating, and I should inform you that in the brief moment of this conversation, it has actually been close to an hour in the overworld. Do you wish to remain here and study further, or would you like to leave now?
Several would stop for a minute. He would think to himself, he'd be like, well, I took a day off. Like, cause I got plans, but those plans will be a little different. So yeah,
Right. Um, so, in your day off, um, do you wish to simply rest, or is there a connection that you would like to reestablish? um, Progress you would like to make towards anything? We are capable of helping you achieve tasks without bogging down your consciousness or your concentration with the actual task itself. But we will act in perfect concert with your subconscious to achieve your goals.
so what I'm thinking is I'm gonna, and he should,
Well, now, Megatron.
oh, is the image not gonna post? Okay, I guess the picture.
Okay, I see your spire.
Sorry, I
You
noticed
would,
my bars dropped very, very low.
yes. So this is what you would like us to begin the framework for?
No, no, hold on. So he's gonna show the uh, uh doesn't, damn it. Oh, he's gonna show the like spire necropolis
Mhm.
be massive spire that is up. So
And um, I apologize, but you Megatron through the last minute or so.
was the last thing.
Um, the spire, um, necropolis, that
To
they're
spire
yeah, you're cutting in and out real bad, man.
will all of the oh, what the hell?
You may be good now. Give us a mic check.
Mic check.
Okay. That was solid. All right. So we have this spire that you want to have built, and you want to turn it into
Yes.
an necropolis.
No. So the spire is gonna go above the up into the sky of my domain.
Mm-hmm.
And like connect me would actually into the sky of Matthew's domain. So like I'm constantly um
In which,
God damn it. You
no, you've been cutting out. It's almost like as soon as you start talking about significant pieces of information, um, you cut out. So um, you said that the spire goes up into the sky of your personal space. Um, or
can you hear me now?
yes, there we go. You got spire built goes up into the skybox of your pocket dimension. Um, and were you saying that it pokes out?
No, it doesn't poke out. It just connects to like
Okay.
again.
Mm-hmm. So I think I may have to stop the stream and we'll just record this and then I'll post it afterwards. Because you are cutting out pretty heavily almost anytime you go into serious detail. I'm not sure
I
what's
don't know
it
why
could be you're in. Let me pop out and pop back in and see if that helps us. Okay. Um, try again. Speak for a few seconds.
Fee fi fo fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman.
Okay. You were
Yada
consistent
yada
now.
yada yada.
Mm-hmm. So the spire
Yeah.
connects what and what?
Okay. The spire endlessly going up from my uh from Watham's domain and endlessly up into the sky would eventually reach the like incorporeal shadow of the domain,
Mm-hmm.
and that shadow would connect to me. So long story short, I would constantly be channeled with the divinity of which that I am harvesting, because it's the spire is built over the necropolis.
Okay.
So it's just yeah. So the question I was going to ask them, am I? I'm not cutting out, am I? You can still hear
No,
me.
you're good. I can hear you.
Okay. The question I would ask them it would be, um, is there a way to directly refine, like after telling them all that, is there a way to directly to refine the divinity that I would be channeling into my body like this?
In what manner do you mean refine? Are you trying to adapt it to yourself? Are you trying to purify it as it is expelled, or um,
Increase my status, maybe? I'm a man of production, so I'm gonna do the best thing that I can do, how I know how to
is
do it.
um, With the beginning of your divine trial, it is imperative that you do understand that not even the gods are infinite. Um, we all have limitations of a sort, and you will be no different.
Of
Um,
course.
the advancement process is dependent on more than just how much energy you possess. It is closer related
Oh,
to
of course.
how many individuals uh, pray to you for whatever act, typically things that fall within your purview. Um, so, instilling fear, if you are a fear based deity, will increase your rank, while instilling fear when joy, hope, or combat happen to be your ace, your mantle, uh, they would not receive uh, nearly as much energy. It would effectively be a trickle um, on the road to their advancement. So any spells that you
Which
uh, acquire or employ from this moment forward should have something to do with death, uh, lest you feel you have sufficiently increased your base damage.
question
And
of since you've been here for a while, actually, if I remember correctly, I got infected when I probably around the time that I put Muse in the
mm,
healing chamber, if I'm going to date this properly. Um, so you've been here for a while. From what you've seen of the things that you just listed, which one would be more like? Which one would you say I have the most progress on this far? Like, I would say that I instill both hope. Um, because like the first thing I did was take care of all of the crippled in my city. I took out all the succubi so that there was no people falling prey to that. Um, so I'm like, would it be hope or would it be something else? Because there are also some people that know me by my battle past, my monster massacring days underneath the mantle of the King of Death. So I don't. And then there are those people that pray to me because I keep their loved ones in connection with them throughout the entire city. Do you understand what I'm trying to get at? Like, which one? I seem to have started several different ways that I can handle my divinity, but which one would you say I've made the most progress on?
I would advise you to make cooperation a large portion of your purview. The other two, I cannot truly say one way or the other which would suit you best. Um, they are
Wait,
quite good.
wait. My sound cut out for a split second. Say that one more time. Which one was first?
Um, your um, your um, damn it, I forgot what I said. Shit. Uh,
I'm sorry.
no, no, you're fine. You're fine. Um, I'm also a little sleepy, but um, the path that is most viable. Um, say that you have multiple purviews, and the one that um, uh, he suggested was
It's my cell phone plan, right?
yes. Yeah, that one is the one that has the um, um, greatest promise. He can't tell you what exactly your other purview should be, um, but uh, you have more than one way to progress.
He thinks about how he took Virtuos to the hospital and showed him like all the like the fact that there isn't really a donor list. People are able to get well, there is a donor list, but people don't stay on the donor list for very long because they get what they need very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and he wonders what like he thinks to himself like I wonder what those people feel like. Wonder what emotion I inspire them with. Do they care that it's a during industry paid for? Because he's not shy about the work he does for the hospital. That's probably the one thing that like he does let it be known. Like while he does a lot of anonymous donations and stuff, like he did for the city.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the the hospital donations that he makes is not anonymous. Like they know that it comes from Durant Industries.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but he does sometimes wonder how many people care that it came from Durant Industries. Does that make sense?
Yes. Um, that is something.
He's a god of death giving life, so it also makes him a little conflicted.
Well, there's nothing to say that a Lord of Death cannot have dominion over prolonging life. Um, so, in that regard, you can derive power from that portfolio, from that purview, should you choose. Um, and
I
um,
think those will be my two purviews for now.
understood.
Well, and then I guess my creations can be third.
Mhm.
That's a nice, easy one. But I think you had mentioned earlier that if I did that, it would be a trickle down effect. Whereas I guess these first two would be a bit more stable in terms
Um,
of how much divinity they net me.
yeah, your creations being devoted to you is it does help, um, but because they are technically soulless, or the majority of them are soulless, um, their prayers, um, or rather their reverence.
Oh, that's because I'm not making ego weapons yet.
Yeah.
If I start making ego weapons, that'll change.
So yeah, the
Would it not?
it would it would.
Okay.
Um,
Then yeah, that's why I want my creations to be third
hmm, okay. Um,
because it's not going to help much now, but it'll help soon. Does that you
yeah.
tracking?
Hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, the organ donors throughout all of the Shar,
Hmm.
my cell phone plan throughout all of Shar, and my creations. And the locations and jurisdictions of that, I feel like will probably evolve with the more places that I spread both of those things.
This is true. Um,
Right? Like if I put my cell phones in another country,
mhm.
then I can get people from another country, like people in another country believing me. Kind of like how faith works in Civ 5.
Hmm.
I can spread my faith in other places because I have roots there.
Right.
That kind of makes sense.
Indeed.
Okay. Bet. Yeah, We'll do those three. Um, and I will thank him for his guidance. I'll also ask him for his name.
You're most welcome, Master Zevril, and you may call us Verity.
Like the system as a whole? Verity?
Oh no, sir. Your attendant. His name, uh, and he represents um, the dichorus that you currently have. Um,
So when I speak to him, I'm speaking to them.
um, you're he relays the information of your conversation to them. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, but you're speaking with the ambassador effectively. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. He speaks for them.
right.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. So speaking to him is the same thing as speaking to them.
yes. Um, and so life, your creations, and death, or rather your data. Um,
My death data specifically.
yes.
That's the best of both worlds right there, apparently.
You are the god of hospice.
The god of hospice?
Yeah.
The god of hospice. Let me let that marinate for a split second. Hold on. What does hospice mean to you?
Hospice is the place between life and death, where you have the capacity to recover or uh, depart for good. It's effectively like a way station. Um, uh,
Huh. Huh. You know what? I'll take it. As long as it can also be called the god of the way station.
yeah,
Because I like that sound of that too.
way stations and the space between. Um,
Because as far as Zevril is concerned, this is kind of like training for when he ends up um, actually like a god with his wife. He would like to be able to judge souls by her side, take some of the load off of her, um, things of that nature. So
yes, so
he hears God of Hospice. Here is like, or well, he wouldn't hear that, but like I hear God of Hospice, and I get hope for my boy.
wonderful. Um, now that that has been established, we will continue to act as your uh, divine attendant. You have
Oh, they named him God of Hospice.
it was not them. It was like I said,
Like, was that an above game or in game thing?
that
Because you
was
said it in the same voice.
okay. So Verity um, is the ambassador for your die, uh, but the die as a whole recognized your divine nature, um, and um, being that you are meditating, and that is effectively like you speaking within yourself. Um, they were aware of your meditations, and they've presented themselves as an assistant to help you along your road to godhood.
Yeah, no, I
And
get
so
that part. But was the God of Hospice thing above game or in game?
that was a that was above game.
Okay, making
He
sure.
was Verity
Then yeah.
was just establishing that now that we know what your purviews are, we can help you optimize your ascension.
Yeah, no, then he would bow. Um I'm gonna need you to put that name for me in the chat so I can put it in my notes, please.
Is there
and then I would wake up, and immediately glance at the skull and sigh.
Well, what's with the long face, boss?
Because now I have to deal with you two, and by you two I mean Matthew. Because Matthew, I have to have a very nice, long, stern talking to with you. You're in trouble. Oh, yeah, you did say that last night. Can you possibly go easy on me? I got a treat last night for the first time in a decade. It was for my brother.
Yeah,
You know,
I had to pacify
I'm
him so you could get your rest.
and I'm thankful for that. It'll probably be the last good night of sleep that I have. Especially if you say you have if you have the information for me, you say you do. So, um, and he takes out his phone for a second, and then he goes, "Right, it's probably noon. People have probably come by several times and tried to knock me out of my meditation and failed. I'm just gonna send out a text message that says, BRB training. I'll be back for dinner. Bye." Inside Matthew. Sent. And grab Matthew and or grab Matthew slash Watham, since I believe this is one of the few moments that they're both possessing the skull. So half of it is this reddish color, and half of it is the bluish color. And Matthew smiles tremendously when Zevril touches him, because he knows when Zevril makes up his mind to go inside, he gets to spend more time with Zevril, even if it is being an annoying piece of shit. So Matthew's, yay! Let's get to work, even if it means I'm in trouble. And he opens up and swallows Zevril.
So, this you're familiar with the with Gearworks, right? The
The people, the company, the place in the spire.
yeah
Yes.
the underground or
Yeah. What
the
about them?
tech company. They've been um they've been stealing your schematics and repurposing them uh, on the black
Oh.
market.
Oh. Okay. I'll definitely have to take a nice deep hard look into that. And I would like I say that as when I step into Matthew, I would hope all of my summons are there waiting for me, like at least on Matthew's floor. Um because I would immediately rush down all of my summons. I miss these guys.
It's good to see you again, sir.
I'm assuming that's G.
Mm-hmm. Master. So,
I would
so
look up
good
at
to be
G
back.
and go, uh, "Your son, I can take you to your son's actually not too uh, far behind us. If you want me to go take you to see him."
Whenever it is convenient for you,
W-
I trust he is doing fine.
Look, if look, if you ever want to visit, just say the word. especially considering I'm going to make it easier for you to get back to this place on your own. So if you want to see him, I can. Let's just say I'm going to make it very easy for you pretty soon.
Understood, sir. I will be sure to let you know when the urge strikes me. But I do understand you have work to do, and I would like to not, and I would rather not distract from that.
He'll smile and nod and hold out his hand, uh, knowing that he can't keep G for long, considering he usually has to like go lead his people.
Mhm.
So he'll stick out his hand and nod. Go. I'll call you if I need you.
Of course. Farewell, sir.
And I'll kind of like open up my shadow so he can go out the easy way instead of being in the dog.
And he is on his way.
And then I'll look at all the rest of my summons.
Mm.
Um, kind of smile at Muse. Um, and then look at Ngaza
Mhm.
um, and say, from now on, you will always be in my personal shadow. I didn't get a chance to decree this amongst my summons, so everybody knows that there is a new hierarchy. Girizon is my first chosen knight. You will be my death knight for when he is not here.
You honor me with this position, master. I will do it. I will hold it in the highest regard and perform it to the best of my abilities.
And then I'll look over at Savise and I'll say and I'll look back at Inzaga. Just make sure you perform well. You might have competition. And
Fortune does favor the bold, after all.
he'd smile at all of my summons and go. I'm gonna make it so whenever you guys are here or in my shadow, you'll have a place to rest comfortably. Um, a place where you actually have things to do. If you would like to have some sort of semblance of an afterlife, some sort of semblance of living again. Would that interest any of you?
So Vise would pipe up first. As long as there's good drink and some entertainment, I'm fine just about anywhere, boss man.
He'll nod and go fighting arena and all the food and drink you can enjoy. And he'll look at Inzaga.
I I only need to be at your side, master.
He'll nod. And then the one summon he has yet to, I would say, acknowledge. He'll look at human, the dragonoid human form of Indy,
Mhm.
and kind of cock his head to the side, considering he actually has not acknowledged this summon really since he got Indy. He'll just look at Indabar and raise an eyebrow. And what do you think? Never had a chance really to talk to you like this. The one
Right.
time I called on you was in the middle of a battle.
Yes,
Appreciate the help, by the way.
of course, sir. Um, I think a decent throne room, or not necessarily a throne room, but um, palisade that would allow for addressing troops would do nicely. Um, I can manage the legions in your stead as they grow into their number, and that would be most beneficial going forward.
He'll nod at Indy and he'll gesture over to um he'll gesture over to Commander, one of the summons he named Commander. Um and he'll go, I understand, and Commander here will be your leading officer in terms of your hierarchy. And I'll basically give him control over all of the um summons, all of the some of the basic summons, like the I'll give him control of the half dragon commander, the half dragon knight, the four half dragon knights, Eeny, Meeny, Miny, and Mo.
Mhm.
I'll give him Commander Bold. I'll give him the half dragon veterans, Ronnie and Donnie, as well.
Yeah. You do me a
Um,
great honor, sir.
oh, we're not
Particularly,
done. I look at him, I hold a finger up, I'm like, wait a second. And then I pull out Virgil. I pull out the actual dragons. I'm like, all right, cool. Here's Virgil. Um, I'm gonna keep one of these for myself. Which one do I want? Do I want Cerberus or do I want Serb or Blizz? I hand
uh,
over Blizz as well. I'll keep Serb.
I humbly accept command over my own children again in the afterlife. Thank you, Master.
He'll
Um,
nod. Make sure you train them up well. If I call upon them, I expect top-notch performance. If I am to put this trust in you,
expect nothing
but I'm
less.
glad to see you on the. Glad to see you with us than against us.
Yes. Um, I will always.
Sorry, I renamed your children.
They, many of them did not have names to begin with. They had not earned that right yet. I had to earn mine from my father, and the same tradition was passed down to them.
Dying to me, fighting me, is a feat in its own. I'd say that deserves a name.
I do agree.
And he'll nod, and then he'll walk past all of the summons. Um, and the I guess hold on, the 182 regular the regular skeletons and um bone nagas, bone rocks, elder things of that nature. The 182, the minotaurs and things like that. Um, of the regular soldiers, I just kind of give them a smile and nod and say the same applies to you guys as well. Um, hopefully, I will be able to give each of you the at least low level consciousness because I don't know if I'm strong enough to grant you guys a high level consciousness, but I will at least try to grant you guys a low level of consciousness to enjoy living as you once did as well. I don't know how I'll achieve it, but I'm going to try my best because skeletons by nature have no sense of self.
Hmm.
They quite literally follow all of my orders. So um,
The bone
I'm gonna
shackle and
try.
platter in response to your decree.
And he's just gonna scratch the back of his head. I don't know what I was expecting. I expected nothing less. He'll smile, he'll wave, getting caught up in the brief performance of it for a second, and then shake his head. Right. Yeah. And then he'll turn and head over to the tree and knock on it so that this door that was mentioned to him would appear. And he'll look over his shoulder and say, uh, all units fall in. You're coming down with me. We got a lot of work to do today.
You heard the man. Move out. And Envoy will lead the um, the legions of undead down into Wakem's domain. Ah, boss man. Everyone. This is wonderful. This is great. We got work to do, huh? Building stuff, constructing things, researching information, and counterintelligence.
Yeah, but before we do that, Matthew, buddy, can you hear me? Can you hear me? He can hear me, right?
Yeah, yeah, he can hear you.
Yeah. So, is everything Watham said last night true? Like you knew you could taste the data, and you just chose not to say anything because data doesn't taste good to you. Yeah. Okay. All right. I was just making sure I understood that. How can I punish you in a way that you understand the gravity of this crime, and you will forevermore notify me of things that you notice? Oh, um, I had said it before, but I was nice and I didn't enforce it. Uh, Watham, you get full possession of the skull for like the next 3 days.
Yes.
But
See you in
nothing.
15 years, fucko.
And Matthew and Zevril will kind of like wave his hands, and a moderately large, like honestly, like kind of like Groot sized skeleton will slowly form in front of him. Uh, okay. He would like this fairly large skeleton, like Groot sized skeleton, gets built out in front of him, and he would take Matthew and embed it into the larger skeleton and say, your secondary punishment is going to be that you're going to stay down here um, as well, considering I believe every 8 hours for me is 5 hours here or 5 years here. So if that's the case, a nice 5 year punishment of not being able to eat anything and being forced to labor might fix your attitude to the things. Oh, well, no, that's going to be 15. Yeah, 15 years. Yeah, he with him is right. Of you not being able to taste anything. But shut up. No buts. And then maybe afterwards you'll let me know of certain things. And you know what? I think I'm going to take away your ability to speak for a little bit too. 3 days. Yeah, yeah. That's. I don't think you'll fuck up like this ever again. And he'll reach up and where Matthew's like skeleton mouth is, he would kind of like wipe his hand and it would immediately form into just a mandible. No actual opening for like the mandible and the skull are fused together. So like there's no mouth. So he can't talk. And he just has a sad look on his face, straightens his back a little bit, and Matthew salutes. Um, so Zevril kind of nods and goes, "Good, good, good, good. 15 years is good enough. You'll you'll learn better. You'll be better." Uh, and then he'll look over at um the expanse in front of him and command his soldiers. He'd like pull up these blueprints and command his soldiers to um, he'd break them up into okay. He'd command his soldiers to start getting to work, and he would break them up into a group of three. Um, One group would be handling the construction of the spire that goes over everything. One group would be handling the construction of the necropolis. It would be the bigger group because the necropolis is going to be huge. Um, and then the last group would be responsible for constructing the arena where souls that are not judged to be worthy will reside. And it'll be a fairly large arena, like that's capable of hosting like multiple battles at once. But yeah, one prison theory for now.
So the groups have been set to task, and slowly but surely um, the expanse of uh, dead trees and grave markers slowly turns a into the base of the um, internal spire that you envisioned. Uh, that uses that starts in Waitham's domain and extends through Matthews up into the proverbial skybox. Um, and because the construction started in Watham's domain, um, so long as the spire is constructed from the interior, the dilation of Watham's domain uh, affects it remains in effect even in Matthews. Um,
So
so
I've synced the time dilation in both places now.
as long as you're inside the spire itself.
Got it. Okay.
So outside of the spire, Matthew's time is still what it uh, what it's always been. But within the spire, Watham's time is Watham's dilation is takes precedent.
That's fine.
So the the construction is complete in roughly 3 years' time. Um,
These 3 years I've just been inside of the tree. Using this fancy thing called a computer that Watham won't stop fucking talking about.
yeah. So if you
Or technically it's Wetham, by the
yes
way.
yes Watham Watham.
We have been saying it though. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Watham. Fair enough. Wetham.
Um,
Watham.
yeah.
Damn it.
So uh, so this this is all the information that the Gearworks were able to um, siphon from the servers. Though it looks like not all of them were like it wasn't a concert thing. It was like some rogue members, uh, and they've been working with uh, this and the chick's name. It's so weird, so weird to hold on to, and it's like it does weird things to my tongue when I try to say it. But one of your what's his name, Wandox? Wandox should have some information for you about her in particular. This the little bit that does exist. But the Phazos,
Hmm.
they've uh, been taking a lot of your anything that can be rough, like anything that I didn't hand over to you has been kind of like stolen to a degree. But because no one can really match the productivity or the reproduction rate of dairy industries, they only they're not as prevalent as you might think. So yeah, it is annoying that they like stole from you, and Matthew's dumbass didn't say shit, but uh, like your bottom line and your margins have only really kind of been affected by like 2%. I think that's the number that I last tasted. Um,
No one will be able to match us going forward either because I'm building a forge down here as well. And some of the people that get reincarnated are going to be forgemen, you know, and items that are made here are going to go into my storeroom, so yeah.
cool. So the other thing that um, your board's got a couple of holes. I know you found one of them, but another one's been really fucking sneaky.
I found two of them and I killed one of them. I turned over into to Avril. The other one
Y-
got away.
Yeah. Um,
There's a
uh,
third.
yeah. Or at least I think it is. It's kind of hard to like. It's kind of hard to tell because they're really good at covering their tracks. So I don't know if they're using other people's credentials to do what they've been doing or what, but um,
If I took you to the company, would you be able to point them out? Would you be able to taste it?
mm, it's rough. That's I don't want to oversell myself. But if you give me a little bit more time, I may be able to narrow it down to get a better sense of what's going on.
Well, we got
Is
2.5 more years, so you can figure it out. Is that enough? Is 2.5 years enough time?
kind of need some I kind of need some overworld time to to really like suss out like everything because you know the dilation doesn't really allow me to get more samples. I just have the information that I have. Um, but I will be
How much overworld time do you need? Because I'm gonna be in here for 10 years. I'm working through the night,
um,
so that way I wake up tomorrow morning
mm,
and didn't really miss out on much because we needed a day off after that boss fight, anyways.
right. Um, well, how about this? I'll go up top and snoop around and see what I can find out. And
Snoop around how?
I've got
You gonna give
eyes.
yourself a body too? You got eye? Wait, you have eye? Really, Matthew? You were useless. You were just a
He,
Jesus.
um,
Matthew's not even here. He's just upset.
uh, but yeah, so I'll do my best topside while you're down here and see what I can get for you. Um, this this guy's been real sneaky wherever they are, um, and it's almost like their information doesn't have taste. So um, it's been really irritating, like knowing that some shit's going down and I can't really like fucking say what it is exactly. So kind of feeling a little down about myself, if I'm being honest. Um,
Well, I mean, you're
oh
doing better
oh,
than a certain someone.
distractions. Here, look at this. It it's a satellite weapon system.
What the fuck is this? He just takes out his notepad. Go on.
So you know how you've got the satellites for keeping your um keeping your network up, passing
Yeah.
data through phones and making phone calls instead. Well, um, there
How do I
are
make it a weapon system? Oh, can I make
there
it non-lethal? Ooh.
um, there are materials that can survive being dropped from orbit, and if we make rods out of them,
Zevril's already sketching out designs. If we make rods out of them and fire them at the Earth, we could put jets on them. Oh,
yeah,
so I
we
could
want
either
to
make lethal or non-lethal. This is
right,
immaculate.
yeah, we want to put the
Holy
jets
shit! And I
facing
can turn them into
down.
telephone poles.
Yeah, with the jets facing down, and we can slow descent so that they land nicely if we want them to, or with the altitude they're being dropped from. We can shatter tectonic plates and kind of like rearrange the planet. So
Zevril's not even caring about that. He's tapping the notepad that he's been writing notes on. I can turn them into cell phone towers. Do you not understand how immaculate that is? That's the most
yeah,
useful thing to me right now. That like Matthew knew this and didn't share this with me. Tell me this is a you exclusive perk. Tell me this is you exclusive.
um, I kind of told him about the satellites. He
Is
just
this where five? If this is this where 4G came from?
yeah
This 4G feels like a fifth step to this plan.
yeah I told him about the whole thing, but he forgot the weapon system. So,
I can't be too mad. He at least gave me something useful. Like it has helped a lot.
but I noticed you're not global yet. So what's going on with that? Is that like a personal choice?
I haven't traveled enough. Well, when I did travel, I traveled sort of incognito. Um, but I haven't. I don't know. Yes, I guess it was a personal choice. I wanna see and scope out the next best location, especially considering that now that anybody who worships utilizes my service and signs up for the and he'll show him the alert that he put out about the afterlife insurance. Actually, by this point, how many people have signed up for afterlife insurance since I put out the blurb when I got out of meditation?
Mm, probably about 3% adoption because it's only been about 6 hours.
Like
Well,
5 minutes.
mm-hmm. Well,
No, it's been
it's
more
been
than
about
that.
six
It's
hours.
been about like yeah, I was about to say it's been a couple hours.
Mm-hmm.
It's well into the night a little bit.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's just like, so I'm just like, it's gaining traction. So I mean,
Oh yeah. I've already started pre-ordering afterlives. You know, the customer base is actually pretty delicious, or at least they will be.
They will be. They will be actually. You're gonna help me with that. Because I'll only be able to make an appearance every 5 years,
Yeah, I
and
got you.
if I let it back up every 5 years, it's gonna be pretty bad. But you'll definitely be able to help with that. That's why it's in your domain and not his,
Yeah, mine's also like 5 times larger. So
which we're gonna make very good use of. Um, what because I know last time we had talked, he had mentioned. I don't remember exactly what he had mentioned, but I remember the term Umberverse being brought up. So I would actually like to see how much information Zevril can pull up with this new fancy setup about the Umberverse.
uh, um, okay. So the
Let me get to typing.
the the long and short of it at this point, there are uh, about 10,000 worlds, universes that exist within the Umber. Um, Jarmudo is in universe designation 9986. Um, and this particular Umberverse has uh, a cataloged 45 planets, um, of which Jarmudo is the largest by about 60%. Um, and uh, a interplanetary space station would be of great use, though most other planets within this verse uh, are not capable of stellar travel just yet. Getting a heads up on it would be uh, beneficial for any impending situations uh, should one of the spacefaring civilizations attempt to make contact with Charmadoe. Um, there's also mention of a planet known as Exodus somewhere within the Umberverse, uh, having uh, having a multiversal mirror, uh, being another location that could potentially lead to the Prime multiverse. So uh, that's uh, that's the bulk of the information that you're able to find. There is mention of another planet um, known as Earth with a U, URTH. Um,
Urath?
URTH.
Urath?
Um, and uh, there's a an abundance of magical energy emanating from Earth uh, that uh, could potentially allow for exploration into new frontiers as well as new applications.
Okay. So at this point, how much of my 10 years have gone by? I'm hoping like five,
About six.
six, about six. So I got 4 years left. Okay. So in this last 4 years, I would also like to say every night I'm doing my ritual of um, bringing back soldiers,
Mm-hmm.
um, which is, I believe, a D20 plus 18. Can I roll a D? Can I roll my D20 plus eight, or no? Can I roll my D18? Sorry, it's not a D8. It's a D18. I don't remember why it's a D18, but can I roll my D18 to see how many I get and then multiply that by?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna roll it over here in Discord because it's convenient right now.
Big old numbers.
Little numbers indeed. All right. So.
Matter of fact, give me 7 of those, and then.
You want 7 of them?
13. Could be 13. So
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wow, no explosions. 13 rolls and no explosions. That's crazy. 2 17s though.
So that's 15, 20, 45, 65, 72, 84, 90, 105, 139. So 139 times 4.
139 times 4 is 556.
Okay, and then that times 6. 3,336.
3,336. Yeah.
3,336. That's your number right now. You want to do the last 4 years ahead of time? You can go ahead and do that as well. Just added. We're just adding.
1, 2. There we go. 2, 3, 4. But there's 5 rolls technically because I exploded. I just want to basically make sure that I have enough to build a city because it is a necropolis and it's going to have quite a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like some workshops and some towers of like library towers for like towers of knowledge, so I can chronologicalize all of the information that everybody knows so that I too can eventually know everything that they know. I'm the nicest lich you'll ever meet. Which is wild considering he's not that nice, but it's more so just most liches are evil. There's gonna be like training grounds for people that want to like more combat focused people that still want to, wrestle.
Okay, so in total, you were able to generate 7,920.
Okay, you said 7,000. How much?
920.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's definitely enough to build a city and start with my plan with the soldiers. Okay. Then yeah, I would like to at this point, since I got a whole lot of information and I know who's siphoning from my company. I want to take a moment to check on the city, the necropolis itself, to see exactly, like, make sure like my blueprints are being followed, that there's the workshops, the towers, the spires, these like various different bars, training grounds, and the eternal forge itself. like the necropolis itself is supposed to be a the equivalent of like a mega city. So like
Mhm.
it's expansive, it's large, it's beautiful. It's very new agey. Um, like it keeps with the current times.
It's
So
Jura.
things that are in the huh?
It's Jura.
It's Jura?
Forest of Jura.
No idea.
Slime.
Never seen
Never.
it.
You've never seen reincarnated
Yeah,
as a
we've
slime?
had this conversation. Yeah, we've
Oh,
had this conversation. I've never seen reincarnated as a slime.
oh, it's crazy. Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Um, uh,
I just know enough about it.
fair enough. But yeah, it's fair. Uh, um, the spire itself has been completed, um, and the surrounding city.
Heart of death.
Hmm?
Oh, I said the heart of death. I said, yes, the heart of death.
And
Because it's over the city.
okay, um, and it has um, several residential districts. Um, the main roads are where most of the markets are located, and the residential areas are between the market streets. Um, the Coliseum has a an evacuation area, or not necessarily an evacuation area, but a mass teleportation zone beneath it. So, in the event that you need to uh, remove personnel uh, from the personal space, they can gather in that area to do so. Um,
Hmm.
um,
I basically have full control over that area.
yeah,
Like I can, like, hey, you're breaking the rules. Goodbye. Snap my fingers.
yeah. So, and um, the amount of time that you've spent down here has already started to rub off on most of your all of the undead that started this project um, have uh, developed the majority of a personality um, um, and uh, have begun to learn how to speak in like basic uh, sentences and phrases. Um, and uh, Anzaga suggests to you when you start walking around that uh, it would be easier to manage the undead if you started naming them. It would also give them something to attach, like to latch on to develop their personalities further.
Yeah, he would go through and name them all. He would take some time to he'd set aside a day for that. Um, honestly, he'd make note of it and like whatever day it is in Matthew's calendar
Mm-hmm.
and call it naming day. So like this will be whatever day this is. He'll always make sure he makes the time to name his new soldiers. He'll go through and
Okay.
bless them all with personality.
Right. um, okay. So um, that I do believe would be, unless there's something else that you would like to cover, I believe that would be a solid place to end this sideshow. Um,
Is the city done?
yes, yes, the city is complete. Um,
Then I would just like to talk about the city for a split second, like say
okay,
all the things that are there.
go for it.
So there's like I said, there's the heart of death, um, that is above the city, um, which for them it gives them something to look up to. It's a direct connection to their god, um, and I guess something of a symbol of unity. It does have like some areas in it for like important meetings and rituals and things of that nature. So like if I need to meet with certain people or things of that nature, like there are places for that in there. Um, and like it's probably the strongest concentration of necrotic energy in the entire place because it's absorbing all of the power and divinity in the area and channeling it directly to me. Um, and then there's the Grand Necropolis, right? The Grand Necropolis has like the has housing areas, parks. Like it's honestly your normal mega city. Like it has all of the necessary things to survive. Um, so like they can pretty much do whatever it is that they want. If a soul wants to go to the park, they can go to the park. If a soul wants to go to like a fucking animal shelter and adopt fucking creatures, they can go to like the whatever you can think of. The there's like I went and raided the afterlife for for people that could help with this. And so like I kind of already have some beta test residents, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's a nice, bustling but quiet necropolis. Like it's a very I want it to be a semblance of peace and if like especially if like if your soul will sound worthy, a nice semblance of peace and the things that you couldn't necessarily enjoy in life. Um, as well as that inside of the necropolis is the eternal forge where like I'm gonna have some people work in the forge and making things for both me and my company
Mm-hmm.
so that like my company doesn't really run out of stock, even though it probably wouldn't already. But like I'm gonna basically like one of those. Oh wow, he's putting out. He has this line, and then he has this line. They're like we're getting options. How is he able to produce all of these different things? This is so cool. Like I'm basically gonna use the this eternal force to switch things up a little bit. So I get more like company sales, and the Coliseum, as I mentioned before, is that prison where people can vote on unworthy souls to fight it out. Um, and I'll say like the unworthy souls, there's like a point based system where you can be treated less terribly based off of how many points you have. Um, so there is like they have like sort of their own hierarchy down there, but it's to encourage the rat in a well mentality. Does that make sense? 55,000? That's fine. So then, yeah, the city's definitely big. Done. Holy shit. Um, so yeah, so fucking um, and like the spires that I mentioned before as well, and things of that nature. So there's like at least large areas of condensed knowledge, because that is something that as souls come in, like that's going to be one of the things for them
Orientation
to
on
do.
universal research.
Well, it's like when they come in, they're gonna place their hands on a book and it's gonna record their life, so I can put it in in one of these libraries.
Mm-hmm.
So like I have access to like that's gonna be one of the requirements to get in.
Mm-hmm.
Let me have access to your life's information. So it becomes my own version of an information network. It's based off of like because it's gonna be people in my city that have died. So like eventually, I feel like within a couple of months, I would have quite a lot of information. that you normally wouldn't have just because of this. Um, but yeah, um, I don't know. He'll smile and look down at the city, uh, pulling Matthew's very large skeleton body back aside from the construction, and toss him a treat. Um, he'll unhid. Well, he'll give him a mouth back first, toss him a treat, and then seal his mouth up again. Um, and say, 5 more years. You served 10. You did good. You got 5 more to go. Um, and call out to Watham. Um, were you able to get that overworld information, or do you still need more time?
Yeah, I'm sorry, boss. Like I said, this guy's really, really slippery.
That's
Um,
fine. I just wanted to know. You got command of the body, so you'll be able to get your feelers out, look through your eyes. You'll be in the overworld a little bit with me. Um, and he's like, it's about breakfast time anyway, so he's like, yeah, I should probably head back. Oh shit, what were we doing again? We had,
um, yeah, there's
right, we had just fought that dickhead fracture. That's what we did,
yep,
and
and there was also talk about um, the aspect task force to like keep places secure
yeah,
in your absence.
that happened. No, that definitely happened as well. Yeah, yeah, okay. There was something else. Virtuos was gonna do something. I can't really remember what it was. Oh, I feel bad. I'm a terrible friend. He was going to do some gardening, and there was something that actually pertained to us, though. And he's like scratching the back of his head. And it's like, I don't remember. I'm a terrible friend. I have to ask him what it was that we were talking about doing. I don't remember.
Yeah, um, I'm sorry. I was kind of consumed by stuff I forgot to. But on the plus side, Fred's kind of like a space case to a degree, so I don't think he'll be mad that you forgot.
That's fair. And he'll nod and kind of take one last look at his work, and he'll smile and goes, I think this is the start of something real good down here. I, for once, feel like I took a step into the right direction of healing the hurt that's in my soul. This this makes me happy. And I don't say that lightly.
And I'm glad you're happy, boss. And with that, this is where we will end this evening's episode of SoulSym Sideshow. Um, if you have enjoyed tonight's festivities, please consider dropping a like, hitting that subscribe button, and pressing the bell notification so you get notified anytime we do anything here on the channel. Um, we should be back in a few hours with Teams and Tactics. Uh, and then tomorrow we've got another episode of Aspects and Envoys. Episode 21 is on the way. So be on the lookout for all that good stuff. But I'm sorry, I've been your host, Soulsym Mirak, and with me this evening was Zevril.
It was quite a fun to see you guys. Uh these things will happen every every other night. I'm gonna be coming down here. So hopefully we might get another sideshow down here.
And so until next time, till then, stay safe, stay
Yup.
blessed, and have
Yup.
a wonderful evening, everyone.
Yup.
Good night.
Goodbye. Have a great life.
We'll see you next time.